Hey there, VCE HHD students. My name is Andy. I'm a VCE Health and Human Development teacher. In this short video, we're going to look at what are the WHO prerequisites for health. Before we dive into the WHO prerequisites, just a reminder at the Health Resources Hub, there are lots of ways you can engage with us. So we've got our YouTube channel where there's over 100 content videos, including SAC and exam tips. And there'll be new ones coming out each week during the term this year. So you can subscribe if you're on YouTube with the button in the bottom corner of the video there. And you'll get then alerts to all of those videos. You can also head to our website, the hrh.net.au. There's opportunities for teachers and students there. If you're a Unit 3 and 4 student, we've got a free student newsletter coming out a couple of times a term this year with free resources and SAC and exam advice. So you can scroll to the bottom of the page and you can sign up there using our form. We've also got our social media links there where you can follow us and get alerts to our new videos and other opportunities, as well as our email down the bottom if you'd like to get in touch. So we're focusing on the WHO prerequisites for health. And so you may be aware the WHO, or the World Health Organization, is the health branch of the United Nations. And they've stated that there are certain prerequisites, and you probably know that prerequisite means you need something, okay, for something else to happen, that people should have access to achieve adequate levels of health. And so you can see those prerequisites are peace, shelter, education, food, income, a stable ecosystem, sustainable resources, social justice, and equity. So for all of those WHO prerequisites, I would ensure that you know essentially a description for each one of them, and also know how you could link them to dimensions of health and well-being. So you might want to set up a table in your notes, okay, with the WHO prerequisite, okay, on the left-hand side, and then across the top, okay, of the table might be the 5 different dimensions of health and well-being, and then practice filling in each box, making a link from that prerequisite to the dimension of health and well-being. And just remember, because they're prerequisites, try to focus, okay, on, for example, peace and what peace means in terms of achieving, I guess, like physical health and well-being. Don't focus on the opposite of the prerequisite. So instead of peace, some students might focus on conflict and how conflict can have a negative impact on physical health and well-being. But you want to focus on peace and what peace means in terms of, okay, achieving a dimension such as physical health and well-being. Another example of a type of question that might pop up on your assessments or the exam is this one from the 2023 exam. And so it asks you to explain why income is a prerequisite of health as determined by WHO at an individual and a global level. So they're basically asking there why income is required at an individual level to achieve health and also at a global level. So you can see a couple of sample responses there. So showing that you understand why income's a prerequisite. So the first sample response for individual level mentions that it helps people to afford things such as healthcare and medications, and that then is linked on to an example from a dimension. So this would mean that illness and disease can be treated, and that can promote the functioning of the body and systems for an individual. Then the second example there is more at a global level, so it's mentioning that income would allow countries to be better able to provide things such as education to their citizens, and that then means people such as children are more likely to develop problem solving and reasoning skills at school, and that can promote mental health and well-being globally, because those problem solving and reasoning skills are an example of that dimension. And obviously if it's at a global level, you need to be able to talk about sort of more than the individual, so children across countries and therefore globally. So that's what you need to make sure that you can do, okay, for all of those different dimensions, all of those different prerequisites, okay, in case a question like this pops up on your SACs or potentially on the exam. Okay, hopefully you found that useful. Just a reminder, here's the different ways you can engage with the Health Resources Hub. And if you're a Unit 3 and 4 student, please head along and sign up to our free student newsletter. Thanks so much.